I generated $339,000 in sales for one of the Shopify brands we work with using just Meta ads with a 36x return ad spend. And on another ad account for the same brand, generated another $50,000 at a 15x return ad spend. Most people think that achieving results like this is all about literally just spending more or going in there, tweaking the target and all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 game-changing tactics that we use to generate these numbers that I spoke about. And these tactics work in any e-commerce business that either solves a problem or provides any real tangible benefit. And if you have an e-commerce brand that's, doing at least $20,000 a month and looking to, scale to 7 figures, or you're already doing over $1 million a year and you're looking to take that much further, this video is going to help you out a ton. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. If we take a look here at the results, just to kind of give you a little sneak peek here. So the top one here is the ad account in Canada. And then for the same brand, like I was mentioning, the bottom one here is basically just for the US. And so you can see here, basically amount spent was $6,600 Canadian, and then brought back about $639,000. And the bottom one is in USD, $3,300 on that day on November 14th for essentially Black Friday launch, generate 50 grand, and then basically return ad spend. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is just phenomenal. So like I was saying, we're going to cover over 3 things that allowed us to hit this scale in a single day with Meta ads. So number 1 is diversity and volume of content. So you can see here on the ad account, I wish I could show you the brand, but unfortunately can't. But what I can tell you is we have 590 active, you can see here, sorted by active ads on the account. So it's just one of those things that, this is an 8-figure brand doing, well over 25 million a year at this point. The 8-figure brands aren't, there's nothing really that different. There's just the volume of content, and obviously the scalability of the brand, the ops, and of course, even having the desire to be able to scale to, 8 figures. That matters as well too, of course. But really the volume matters a bunch. I see a lot of brands, sitting at like 20, 30 or less than 30 active ads. And you're not going to scale to this kind of level with 20 ads in your ad account. It's just not going to happen. You're going to need more volume. That's what we found a lot more success in order to, scale to this kind of point. And also the diversity of content. So you don't want to have one type of ad in there. So first piece of content I'd highly recommend, still works absolutely to this day, and big part of our strategy is user-generated video content. So, and there's a million.
I get this question a lot.
I have another video linked on this channel here, breaking down our entire strategy of the UGC and, the kind of different concepts and different angles and different approaches that you can kind of take with it. It shouldn't just be, these, scripted UGC videos that, hey, so I got this box in the mail, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You want to get a bit more creative than that and do a wide variety within this UGC video content bucket. We can see this one here that we made for another client. This one's a winning ad, and it really just kind of breaks down with kind of, showing split screen actions and just kind of demoing it and kind of just showing how it works. This one here, so when I'm on really good one. That's just kind of an authentic review, if you will. That it's just, you can just tell it's just a real customer. She was struggling to open the package, and then she just kind of talks about, hey, I used to, wear figs with another big competitor in the space, and now I, tried this out, and it's way more stretchy, it's way more comfortable and all that kind of stuff. So really just highlights it and just took her time with it. And yeah, so you can see here, it took her like a while to get into it. And you'd think that like, because we split tested different start times on this one, and you'd think that just, her taking a while to get it all on just wouldn't perform as well. But like just her relating to them and kind of giving the whole backstory on it just intrigued people, build a bit of curiosity and see what, she was going to be talking about and all kind of stuff. So very, very interesting one. That's a good example. Just a nice little video, kind of clean, just a little background music. There's no voiceover, but this is what I mean by diversity of video content, a little bit of background music, quick little shot there. There's an authentic review, and there's more of like a B-roll demo type video that's like well edited and stuff like that. So all of these work. These are all winning ads. So just something for you to kind of note there. Statics should absolutely be part of your strategy. They're cheaper. They work really, really well. They're very good for testing angles, different concepts, different problems that you're trying to go after. And they work incredibly well. These are all winners right here for different clients that we have. So you can see here, this one's kind of like adds up just kind of breaks it down logically, if you will, in terms of the, yearly savings. This one was actually an interesting one. So we actually dove in and we found that a lot of people were buying these barbecues. And what was happening is the wife was always judging them. It's just, if you picture like a 40-year-old man, like, you know what I mean? like going through a bit of a midlife crisis, wants to mix it up, wants to, get a barbecue and get something way sicker so that way they can cook and do all these kind of things. They're homeowners and stuff. But of course, the wife's usually not going to be happy about it. But like you see all these kind of reviews. My wife wasn't thrilled with the purchase, but the fourth cook, she admitted that, these are pretty darn good and that I could, have this meal again. The wife still hasn't confessed that it was a smart purchase, but she no longer rolls her eyes when I'm hugging my chud. Pretty funny ad there. And is literally one of the best, highest performers in the account. Cooks so good, your wife will forgive you for buying it. It's just a really, really good headline our copywriter did there. And then this one here, really, really good concept in terms of just rather than doing a review is grabbing Instagram comments and doing it like that. These work incredibly well. There's a winner on the account as well too. So those are like one of those things that that's another really good concept as well. It just adds a bit more authenticity. But bottom line, statics need to be a part of, your ad strategy. And I can tell you right now, of these 590 ads, there's a lot of statics on there. So carousels need to be part of it. You can do lifestyle carousels, kind of like this. You can do product shot carousels. You can do collection carousels. There's a lot of different ones you want to do, and they absolutely work and need to be part of your strategy. Okay. They work really, really well. You can put benefits on the bottom there, and you can play around with it. So they absolutely work really, really well. Another thing that we did a test as well in this ad account, we actually had a contact that basically was able to do high-end production videos for about at break-even cost. I think it was about $5,000. They usually charge about $50,000 for these high-end production videos. These aren't ours, by the way. These are true classics. Just to give you a heads up. And what we actually did is we actually coordinated with them and basically had them do 6 different hooks or 6 different little mini concepts rather than one long video that's like a minute and a half long. And it's just like you just drop $5,000 on a minute and a half video, and you can kind of edit and work it into other piece of content, but like it's just not the same. So, and those worked incredibly well. So high-end production video ads, if you got the budget for it, just making sure you're getting more juice from the squeeze, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's the expression, because you don't want to just like get one massive video or one like minute and a half, 2 minute long video, and there's not really much to work with there. But these are where the higher end production ones look like. They're just a bit more really well shot. It was kind of essentially like modeling off of this a little bit, and they work incredibly well.
What do you
big
want?
part of their strategy. Adding humor in there as well is a big thing as well. And then they're just like you can see here, it's just what I mean. It's not even trying to sell. It's true classic shop now. It's just like gets people laughing and then gets them in a good mood. But just trying those different concepts out, that's been really, really key. But I will tell you with absolute certainty, these work. Okay, so now I've seen it behind the scenes now. These kind of high production videos, if you have the budget, easy ROI, unless you're dropping like $50,000 on maybe one video or something. Or I mean that kind of budget is a little bit next level. So anyways, that's it for content. Number 2, landing pages, definitely a big part of the strategy as well. So first and foremost, why landers? So you can see for this ad account here, the top 2 were for the collection pages for different collections, and the bottom 2 are the landing pages. So you can see here, basically for the exact same ad, the exact same like everything, literally just almost double the profitability. So instead of averaging like a 4.4-ish, these are averaging a little over 7x or so, 8.03 and then 6.47, and it just cut the customer acquisition down quite a bit, right? Everything dropped in terms of cost per add to cart, cost per initiate checkout. But then really when they come, they're really like ready to buy. Like you can see a huge drop in initiate checkout, a little bit of a drop in add to cart in terms of the cost there, but then really you see it in the cost per acquisition. Like it seamlessly converts cold traffic a lot easier. So now in terms of our structure for testing and then scaling them, one is you want to make sure step 1 is basically you tested an ABO campaign. So rather than a CBO campaign where it allocates the budget to any ad set that's on there, what you do is you basically structure something along the lines of this. So 1, you'll just have the same audience. So say for instance, you're just doing broad targeting, and then you'll grab the same winning ads. You'll grab one winning ad. You want to have something that's proven. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. You always want to prove everything out, have the right angles, and then you add fuel to the fire with the landers. You don't just like start off testing a landers. Just wouldn't make as much sense, build the resource and stuff. And then basically what you do is you have lander 1, and then we usually test them about $30 a day or so. You can do higher, you can do lower. Like it's just as long as you get enough data, whatever makes most sense for you on your situation with your budget. And then you can see here, same winning ads, same audience, and then lander 2, $30 a day. And then what you want to do is you actually want to retest the same winning ad and then send to the collection page or PDP, right? And redo the and just relaunch that. So you can see how it looks down here. You can see here with collection page, same audience, same everything. And then the other one is, the 5 is the listicle essentially. And then you can see here, cost per acquisition dropped with the landing page, return ad spend higher, conversion rate higher, better to send it there. And what you'll notice too is when you scale it with the landers as well, it's just a lot more seamless to be able to convert just ice cold traffic that's just never heard of your brand before. So very, very powerful. And then now once you find the landing page, what do I do now? Well, then you got to make sure you got to make sure you get it going. So on your CBO abroad main campaign, which is basically where we run, what you want to do is you want to take the top ads and then duplicate them out and start sending traffic to the best lander. What you do not want to do is you do not want to go in there, edit, and then just start sending everything to there. Like what it's going to do is it's going to reset the entire learning phase. It's just going to completely mess everything up. You do not want to do it. It needs to be a smooth as silk transition with those new landers. So yeah, take the top ads and start sending traffic to it. You don't need to do it for every single one because obviously if there's a ton of ads in there that just aren't like top performers, then it's not really going to be a big needle mover. But doing this, and then eventually you can just pause those old ad sets. And then what you want to do is every new batch of ads you launch, you send the traffic to the best lander going forward. And then what we'll always start doing is we'll do it early on, and then we'll really start piling on a lot of ads to the best lander, and then really just start ramping it up. And you see a big difference. In terms of landing pages, we talked about this and going to make a couple more videos regarding this, but here's a couple different examples that you can do. Blogs work really, really well. Founder note work really well. And still, in my opinion, I just think that listicles going in 2025, they just work incredibly well. They're so dead simple. You literally just make a nice case, like a visual, compelling case, 5 reasons or however many reasons you want to come up with. And people engage with them. It's dead simple, and they come out of the page within 30 seconds, anywhere from 15 seconds to a minute, a minute and a half if they want to read every little bit, more convinced. And if they're your ice cold traffic customer, just sending straight to the collection page, when you have a product that either solves a problem or has a tangible benefit or benefits that you can kind of highlight, always better send to a landing page. Another couple examples here, really in this case, split testing the headline here. So everything stays the same. The only thing we're split testing is the headline. So I'd always recommend you always do at least 2 tests, and the first one is always doing the headline. It's kind of the 80-20 rule of the page there. Once again, you want to make sure you're doing that after you find the winning angle and all that good stuff. Last piece here, which I do think was actually pretty vital for us to be able to hit that kind of number in one single day, 339K, just on that one account. I should count the other 50, but that's basically on this one account. So you can basically see here what we had set up. You can see the structure down here. We did have some other campaigns as well, but this pretty much, you can see here last month, like literally 1.4 million with a 7x just in this last month here. Basically, it's just pretty much most of it all came from these campaigns. And really what it's structured is it's a promo lifetime budget CBO and 1 per country. Now we had 1 on this account, of course, like I was saying, on the other account for the US. That was what we had set up. We have our evergreen broad CBO campaign. So you can see here spending $3,900 a day. And then we have our lander ABO testing campaigns. We have the LP versus the collection page. Once again, that's in an ABO format. And then also our media bar, Anthony. Shout out if you're watching this. Basically set up an Advantage Shopping campaign as well. So 1 per country as well for that too. And what we kind of like to do for the Advantage Shopping is actually exclude existing customers. That way we just focus it solely on acquiring new customers. That's kind of the main objective for setting up the Advantage Shopping campaign. Just add a bit of flair and to the account as well too. So all in all, that was definitely basically the structure. And going in it with a lot of momentum, coming in with a lot of really, really good ads, piling on the content, piling on the UGC, piling on, high production ads right before, really led to us just having an incredible day. Now, like I was saying, those are the 3 main keys that we took to hit over $339,000 in a single day, plus the extra 50 as well at just a ridiculous ROI. And the thing is, if you really follow these principles, like I was saying, you're able to acquire so many customers at a really, really profitable clip. And then the thing is, if you're able to retain all those customers at the back end, it creates such a compounding effect for your brand over time. Now, I'm not saying by any means that, this is just going to happen overnight, like just instantly, doing all these things, like setting up the structure, building all the landers, sourcing all the content, doing all this testing. It does take time, but it really does yield amazing results over time. And with our agency, we literally just do this, for the clients. And and on top of that, optimize the website so that way your website is converting at the highest possible, conversion rate that it possibly can be. And on top of that, helping you run the retention in the back end if needed to really maximize your profitability as well. But here's the thing, we are very, very selective with our agency of who we work with. We don't work with any drop shippers. We don't work with any brands doing less than $25,000 a month in revenue. And of course, if we're not 100% confident that we can help, then we just won't take that brand on as a client as well. And this isn't a sales call. It's literally just a conversation with me just to see if I can genuinely help you out. I'll even give you actionable advice for your brand, optimize your website, improving your content, all that kind of stuff, just to help you out as well. So if you have 6 or 7 figure brand with good concept and you're ready to take it to the next level and you want expert help from myself and my team to literally just do all this for you, completely for you essentially, then go ahead and click on the link in the description to book a call with yours truly. Now, we are only taking on 2 more brands at this current time, so go ahead and schedule that call if you're serious about it. But other than that, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. I appreciate you, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Cheers for watching.